Hey everyone, look who I got with me tonight. I still call her sister. She's still a sister. But Jenny, for those of you who don't know, any of our new followers, Jenny used to be on Ghost Sisters, but she has now joined CCP. And we're still good friends and we still support each other. You know, we're paranormal investigators. And but Jenny's on here tonight, and we're just gonna just wing it, and we're just gonna talk about whatever ghost and what we got coming up, and what her team's doing, and what we're going to be doing, and whatever. So Jenny, what does CCP got coming up? Sorry, my dogs are barking.
Cujo. What's going on with Cujo?
The wind. The wind. He hears the wind blowing out here.
Well, actually, we have the event coming up. Well, it's more of a public ghost hunt on. I didn't even see the comments or anything. Let me see if I can change that. Oh, okay, there we go.
I'm gonna close my door.
Hey guys, Diane, Avery, Adam, Jennifer. I can see comments now.
Okay, I'm back.
So it's actually a public ghost hunt on October 29th at Middle Point School in Middle Point, Ohio. And the doors are gonna open at 5 p.m. and it's $40 at the door. The investigation will start at 8:30. Us girls have gotten together. Becky, LaDonya, Courtney, and Beth and I we all have food together. We're gonna give you food and drinks and coffee and everything because it might be a little colder at that time. Anyway, dress warm if you're coming, just in case. But like Saturday night, Mike said the school was fine. It was not very cold right now. And then at 11:30, 12 o'clock, we're actually going to do a raffle. So us girls got this big basket together with all kinds of witch items and stuff in it. And we're going to raffle off that basket along with Mike is going to raffle off a free investigation for Middle Point, most likely after the first year when it's warmer. Middle Point does shut down in the wintertime because of it not being any heat in that location. And then he's going to raffle off that. It's a free investigation, along with Austin Maynard is going to raffle off a free ghost box. So we're going to have those three raffles. We'll do that around 11:30, 12 o'clock. And then at 12 o'clock, probably about 11:30. And at 12 o'clock, everybody can have free roam. So if you do come and you don't have any investigating equipment, we can help you with that. If you have your equipment, great, more power to you. Go and have fun. So if you need anything, we'll all be there as well. But it'll be fun. Middle Point's a good location.
It's a haunted location.
It is. And Mike was there Saturday night and his hand got hurt. When he was holding his cell phone up, something squeezed his hand and his hand is actually still hurting today. So something came on him. He couldn't read it. He didn't know what it was. And he said, whatever it was, it hurt him pretty bad on his hand the other night after the team left. So anyway, that's on October 29th. And then, but actually this Friday, we have Bill House that you went to a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
With Carlo. Yeah. So we're going there Friday, 7 o'clock. Yes, Rita. Raffling off a ghost box and also separately a free investigation. And Mike will provide that investigation to you. And if you want to investigate by yourself, you can. If you want to investigate with Mike, you can do that too. So that's your choice on that. And then a free ghost box as well that Austin created. So anyway, so we're going to Bill House on Friday night. And that should be interesting. Now, is there heat at that location, Mandy? Do you know?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to send a message to Carlo and ask him if he had heat at that location or not.
Well, yeah, there's heat. I want to ask everybody, you guys, how's our connection? Because I know it's really windy out here where I live in the middle of nowhere. It looks like Jenny's freezing up a couple times. Can you
Have
guys
I?
tell me just a couple, just real quick? But also, I know Facebook was having issues. Can you guys tell us if we're freezing up and everything's good? Yeah, we might be froze. I don't know. I mean, you don't look froze.
You
You
don't either.
just a couple times.
Can you guys hear us out there?
They said that Brandy says we're fine on her end.
Hi,
Okay.
Brandy. So we are going, okay, good. So we are going to Bill House on Friday night. And then the public ghost hunt will be October 29th. And speaking of, Brandy Marie will also be at the public ghost hunt with us on October 29th. She has her new show coming out on Netflix called 28 Days Haunted. She actually spent 28 days at this location with these investigators and was away from her family for the entire month and had to stay there, had to fly out of town and do that. So it'll be a great show. If you guys seen the previews, it looks good. So congratulations, Brandy. Great
Yes.
job.
Congratulations. I can't wait to watch it Saturday night.
Yes.
Maybe I'll have a glass of wine and kick back and watch a show. I want to
Yes.
ask you, Brandy, will they have, I know I think it's a series, ain't it? Right? I believe it is.
I think so, yeah, because they did 28 days, so it would have to be a series.
Yeah. How many episodes are on this Netflix on the show, Brandy? She says 6-episode series. Okay. All right. That's what I figured. It would be 6 or 7 at least, something like that.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So anyone who has Netflix, comes out on October 21st.
Saturday.
Yes.
So,
Like I said as well, if anyone wants to come to the public ghost hunt October 29th, Brandy will also be there with us as well. Oh, also at the public ghost hunt, we're going to have Beth. She's going to be doing tarot cards readings. So if you guys are interested in coming and having your cards read, she's also going to be doing that for us that night.
what location was she at? Adam is asking.
I believe it was North Carolina. Is that correct, Brandy?
Well, you're not froze. You did there for about a second.
I don't know why. It's windy here too.
Well, she says North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. That should be a good show. And then if you also watch KD's show, Ghost of Devil's Perch, that's been a good show. All those episodes should be out now on his
They
as
are.
well.
I got one more to watch of his, the last one. I keep forgetting to tune in on that one. But I only got one more.
Yeah.
Hello, Jennifer.
So then after that, anyway, so Brandy's coming on October 29th. If you haven't met her, you can meet Brandy. And we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have the public ghost hunt. The doors open at 5. We're going to have food for you. And we're not going to have, dinner type foods, but we'll have probably a couple hot things. And then everything else is just going to simply be snack type foods. So, and I want to thank all the girls. I want to thank Beth and Becky and LaDanya and Courtney as well for helping out with this, because it's a lot. It's a big expense on myself. So I appreciate them helping out with all this. They're great girls.
What's your costume going to be, Jenny?
Actually, I'm going to be a witch.
All right. Yeah. Well, go figure.
Yeah, I actually had to do a little searching to put this out.
You were going to be a pirate.
I've got a pirate outfit, but I ordered everything yesterday actually, and I actually didn't buy an actual costume. I'm taking items and putting it together as a costume. So it'll be cool. Yeah. Hey guys. So and then also we're gonna be heading to Father John's also, because Father John's is $700 a night if anyone wants to investigate that location. There's also a bed and breakfast there. So as far as I understand, if you rent that location, you have for $700, you stay at the actual bed and breakfast all night. And We haven't had a chance to get in there. It's been kind of busy since she's a good witch. Hi, Becky. We haven't had a chance because it's been kind of busy. So we're going to work something out with Becky and Eric and everyone and see if we could go to Father John's as well. And on top of that, we are going to go to Bryan Jail because I've never been to Bryan Jail. So that's our other location up there in Bryan, Ohio. I want to go to that location. Hi, Karen. Karen and I used to work together, and she left me and went to a different school. I was heartbroken, Karen. I miss you. Yep. But anyway, so we're going to go to Bryan Jail as well. And Bryan Jail does not have any heat in that location except for the office area. So we'll have to probably do that one soon before it gets really cold. Father John
has been there to that jail. That jail is active. Yes.
Yeah, I've never got a chance to go there. So I asked Mike if it'd be okay if we could go because that's one location I have not gotten to. We do have another location that we can't address out there right now. We're trying to get to that location, but that also does not have any heat. So we need to work something out with that really soon if we're going to do that one. And then we have to talk to Becky and Eric about that one anyway, so we can schedule something quickly before it gets too cold. So right now, I mean, with Mike, he's had some, medical issues lately. So it's kind of put us on hold with some investigations because he was down for a while. I've been sick with bronchitis for a whole week. That hasn't been good. Now where I'm at, I will, Karen.
You sound good. You sound good.
I will, Karen. I will come over and see you. I will text you and we'll get together. I would like that. Do what?
I said you sound really good for just getting over the bronchitis. Well, I don't know if you're all the way over it, but
I'm not. I went to work today and it was hard. I had to go walk all the way up to the cafeteria and walk back and with our kids, and I was out of breath, and I went upstairs and came back downstairs. I was out of breath, and I'm hacking and coughing, and it's like, there's so much phlegm and stuff coming up, it's like at school, I can't spit that out because not to be gross, but I can't spit it out because I'm at school. At home you can spit out the tissue if you have, to get rid of it and get out your body, but I can't do that at school. So yeah, it's been tough. This has probably been one of the worst ones I've had because it started the week before with a really bad sore throat and then went into 2 days of dry cough. Went to a doctor, got a COVID test, flu test. I didn't have either one. It went from a cold into bronchitis. So this one's been rough on me. It has, but I took.
You've gotten sick a lot when you were on our team too. When you were investigating, but I mean,
yeah,
it just happens with the weather and the locations we go and we would stay at and stuff.
Well, that and I work at a school.
With all the kids, yeah.
It's a given. I had a student in my face the few days before that was coughing and that was sneezing on me and blowing her nose and then touching me. So
that's like when I used to work at the jail. I had to, I dealt with males and females and they would all get sick. And guess what? I'd have to do my rounds and be near them. And, and yeah, same thing. And all that. In a classroom, I can imagine all that just bubbling up in there. Same thing, all the inmates being a block or a dorm, and it's just like one person gets sick, and it just goes all around the whole damn block. Yeah. And the officers get it. So yeah.
Karen knows what I'm talking about. It's a given. It's a given every year.
Huh? Since I haven't been working at the jail, I haven't been that sick. So I mean, I think it's because, like I said, working around a lot of people that's confined in one area make you sick. I noticed since I have not been there in the past year and a half, I have not been sick as much.
I wasn't sick all summer. Hey, Dan. Hi, Pam.
Hey,
yeah, I wasn't sick all summer, but it's horrible. It is. I mean, our environment, it's and I'm in a school with 2,600 plus kids and hundreds of staff. So
well. Speaking of kids, Jenny, when you go to the BIHL Manor, I think you're going to really enjoy it because the line of work you do now, you are going to come in contact with, the children, because I'm sure, I don't know how much you know about the location. I don't want to give anything away.
I don't really.
Well, then I won't say too much.
So there is disabled children at this location, special.
Yes. Well, yeah, special. I could have swore I thought you knew about it, but thank you, Brandy. Yeah, this was a place where they held the children. There was at least 30 or 40 children that was held there, and some of them were special needs. I thought I told you that. I think I told you about that one time.
Well, I had this connection with Bob at Middle Point a while back, and I was in the basement with him. And I think, the spirits know what we do. They can read our minds. They can take everything out of our minds. And he was special, and they were very abusive to him, Big Bob, the boiler man. And I connected with him in the basement about them picking on him and things like that. And he was so nice that night to me. And I really think it's because he knows what I do for a living. These spirits know they can pick everything out of our brains. That's interesting. Good to know. I'm going to do a solo at Bill House. I told Mike I'm going to do a solo. I'm going to pick a room. I don't know how many rooms is there. How many bedrooms?
I think there's 3 levels to this. Well, maybe 4. You got your basement, then you got the first floor, then you got the upstairs floor, then you got the attic. So there's actually like 4 levels because the attic makes it 4. I was going to do an isolation, but it was just me and Holly. I didn't do one. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. But it's active. You'll like it. I won't say too much, but I think you're going to get a lot because of the fields you work in. You're going to have a good connection there.
Well, how many bedrooms is there? Hi, Amy.
Let's see. Well, upstairs, I think there's like 4 or 5. He also has a room that has the scrying, like at the shrine, how they have the mirrors. He's got a room like that, and he said that Rick inspired him to do that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna do the mirrors. That's still out for me, but that'll be interesting. I'm gonna pick a room, one of the bedrooms, and yeah.
There's a piano there too.
Is there?
There's the piano in the garage. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. So
it's like 5,000 square feet, right? That's why. It's pretty good size.
I don't remember how many square feet it was, but it's definitely got a lot going on there. I think you guys will like it. And to be honest with you, I think we left around 2 or 2:30 or something like that. But there could be. I don't really want to say too much, but there might be some mean spirits there. So,
hi Tracy.
Yeah. Hey everybody. But yeah, you'll find out. When do you go to that again?
This Friday.
Oh, this Friday. Oh, damn!
Yeah.
I might tune in. See how you guys go. Now that thing we captured right there by the stairs. I don't know what the hell that was. I really don't know what it is. It's definitely something that's not normal. That thing just appeared out of nowhere. It wasn't a pop bottle. It wasn't nothing like that. Because we tried to debunk it. Even Carlos, the owner, went back to that location where we captured that at, and he said he couldn't even debunk it. He said there's nothing hanging there, swinging there. There's no reason that appeared there. So I don't know. That might be a good spot for you to set up a camera if you guys set up cameras. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to. It's just going to be Mike and myself and Becky, Eric, and possibly Derek. So it's not going to be a whole lot of us, which is great because, in those type of places, you don't want a whole lot of people.
We don't do UK ghost hunting. You might want to maybe look for a paranormal team that's around your location over in the UK. If I could travel to the UK and do some ghost hunting, I would do it. I would try to help. All right. That's what I would do. I would contact someone around closer to you because we're clear over here in Ohio.
Yeah.
You could Google on you could get on Facebook and just look up different UK. There's all kinds of. Actually, we have followers on here that are from the UK. Is anybody on here from the UK that are paranormal investigators right now? We do have a lot from the UK that follow us, so I don't know. But we got coming up this Sunday. We'll be at the American Legion Post 162 in Marion, Ohio, you guys. This place has only been investigated by us, and it was only for a couple hours. But this place is huge, guys. I mean, the plan is we're going to go in, we're going to interview some people that had experiences there, and we're going to like hit the whole location. But eventually I'm going to branch off from Bobby Joe and Chastity. I'm going to put each girls on each floor by themselves to investigate.
Well, that'll be cool. Hi, Scott.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Well, in the basement, that's where the bar is. And then it's huge down there. I don't even know how big, but it's huge. And it's got like huge rooms. So that'll be one spot for one of the girls. And then the first floor. And then I think it's like 4 levels. So it's pretty big. Maybe I'll take the basement. I don't know. Maybe we'll stick Chastity in there. We'll see.
It's her turn for a basement, considering that Bobby Joe did a funeral home basement.
Oh, yeah, you're right. She did. Yep.
Yeah, it's Chastity's turn.
It's Chastity's turn. I agree. I will do that. So
that's this Sunday.
That is this Sunday. Yep. We also have the Ross House, and it looks like only me and one of my followers on here, Pam Harris, is going to be joining me at the Ross House. It'll just be us two. This location, I don't know what I'm walking into. All I know is it's a 2-story location. It has another big building connected to it. That's a antique store. But that's 2 different locations. We only paid to do the house. We didn't pay to do the antique store. But yeah, that'll be, I think, on a Thursday during the week. It's $300 to do it during the week, and it's $500 on the weekend. But I've never heard of this location. I just seen another group had posted it. So I was like, I've not heard of this. And it's in Bel Air, Ohio. So I don't know if anyone's ever investigated it, but Pam and I's already, we put down the deposit, already got 200. We just owe 100 more. So we're good. We get the place all night too. We can spend a night there. And I think you got to be out by noon or something like that.
Well, I just stay there then. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. Might set up a live feed. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know what I'm walking into.
I haven't spent the night nowhere since Randolph. And that was bad for me. I'm telling you, I was
really have you?
And and they say that Randolph's is haunted, but it's not like crazy haunted, But there was something on me that night, and I don't know what it was, but that whole week I was angry and mad and short-tempered and So
what's the history of this place? Which location are you talking about? We've talked about a couple places. And Pam's like, we should do a live while we're sleeping.
Have fun, Pam.
Pam will not be asleep. This lady
always
asleep.
Yeah, it's always different when you spend the night at a location.
Yeah.
To me, it's hard to sleep at a location. I mean, a shrine I'm fine with. I could sleep there with no problem. But that Randolph that night, I don't know what was on me, but it was weird.
That was a weird video that we ended up capturing there. It was on the live, and it was on well, no, it was only on the live. We didn't have a camera. Wait, we did.
We had the camera on the back of the couch. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had a camera on the back of the couch, and we had the live feed watching.
That's when that thing was coming up by my head, and everybody said it was my fingers. Like, that was not my finger. It looked like a freaking worm. It was weird.
Like something was manifesting. I don't know, but you were definitely disturbed. You kept moving, and I don't know if I can't even remember how well I slept. I froze my butt off. I know that.
That's the problem, though. You were on the other side of the couch. We couldn't see what was happening to you.
I'm I don't want to know. Just no, I don't even think about it because you had that weird looking thing around you. I don't even want to. What if it had a tail? What if it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if it was like some type of spirit just trying to manifest and you just caught the tail end of it, you know? What if it would have been hovering?
That's what it looked like. It looked like it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and going over my head. Now, why would my finger be up like this and moving like this? I've never done that in my life. So that's not my finger. Fatima,
Adam,
go ahead.
it's 28 Days Haunted, the one on Netflix this Saturday. It's called 28 Days Haunted. It's a series, 6 episode series. Okay.
Fatima, if you're doing sage, here's the thing. Sage will burn a regular spirit. We've actually had verification ourselves personally that a spirit will tell us that sage burns them. It hurts them. So if it's just a regular spirit, sage will hurt them. If sage is not working, then it's sage only works on negativity anyway. It doesn't work on a good spirit, more or less. It's not gonna. It'll burn them, but it's not gonna get rid of them. And here's the thing.
The energy.
Yeah, it'll lower the energy of them, but you can't get rid of them. I mean, if a spirit wants to stay in your house, like I have one in my bedroom named Bob, and I have one named Nana in my workout room, they're not going nowhere. And that's the thing, you just, unfortunately, people don't understand. You just cannot make them leave. If they don't want to leave, they're not going to leave. If you have something dark in there, sage will lower that energy, but it's not going to get rid of
it. Well, see, Jenny, remember when I had that thing follow me from the shrine a couple years ago before you got on the team? There was something dark here, but I kept saging and I put take lemon. I took lemon and I cut it in 4s. And I put the lemon, each slice, into the most spot that I thought it was the negative. And I put it in like 4 locations in my house. And them damn things, it absorbed all that negativity. It literally turned that thing black. My lemon was black. And it was crazy because my whole week was crazy. And I'm telling you, I saged my house 2 or 3 times because whatever that thing was that was in my house, that is the most scariest thing that I've ever had in the location that I've ever lived at. And it left. I don't think it liked it. You're right. I would have never believed that sage burned spirit until spirit told me. Spirit literally confirmed this through my ink box because I was talking about doing it one day and the spirit said, whoa, wait a minute. They didn't want me to burn sage because I was going to burn sage because I felt like I had an attachment.
And that's what happened to me with the direct link. The direct link, my spirit came through. We asked him if it hurt him. And he said, it burns. It hurts me. It hurt, when Jennifer sages the house, it hurts me. So I don't sage my house anymore. If I do sage a house just to cleanse the energy and open the windows, I will tell Bob and Nana, hey, I'm going to sage your house. You need to leave. If you're in here, you need to leave. Because I don't want to hurt them. They don't hurt me. I'm not going to hurt them. But, sage will lower the energy. But yeah, spirits can open doors. Spirits can do all kinds of crazy things.
Hell yeah, they can. They were people once too, most of them.
Maybe, have you been remodeling, Fatima? Have you been remodeling, doing something different? Has something happened in your house that's changed the energy? That's the question, is there something happening that has changed the energy to maybe upset one of your regular spirits? I'm not saying anything dark. I'm just saying a simple spirit. Been painting? Well,
unless you have a spirit lingering around that doesn't like the change of the place you're doing, maybe even painting over something that they had already painted, that might upset someone. But I mean, if they're just opening doors and just doing the typical things, I wouldn't be too concerned. Now, if they start to get to the point where they're becoming a little violent, then I would be concerned. But it sounds like you just have a typical spirit that is opening doors. I wouldn't be too concerned with that. I just talked to him
every night.
He just went through that door every night,
And sometimes, guys, sometimes we can do things inside of our house that will make these spirits mad at us. And we don't realize what we do, but sometimes they actually do get mad at us depending on what we do. We might have a conversation or we might do something inside of our house that upsets them. And that, I mean, like if you're painting, I don't know. I mean, the painting's not a major remodel, but when people do remodel, things do get upset in a location. For some reason, a lot of spirits don't like that when people remodel their house. I didn't have any issues when I remodeled this house, really.
Hmm. Well, and they also listen to whatever conversations that you are having in your house. So if it's family, it could be family, you never know. And if they're hearing you talk about some situation they don't like, and that could be another reason why, they're opening and shutting doors. You just
Well,
never know.
the question is this something new that's been happening at your location, or has this been happening for a long time? It's just becoming more noticeable.
Or did it start after you started painting?
Yeah.
What the hell? My dog's in there. Did you hear that noise?
Uh-uh.
Cujo. He's in there making noises. I heard a thump. I was like, what the hell's that? It's him.
So yeah, we'll be live Friday night. Mandy will be live on Sunday. And if anyone could come to the public ghost hunt October 29th, that'd be great. Hopefully we get more people in Middle Point this time. I know we have more than several people coming from Middle Point.
And I have been to that location, Middle Point, in the wintertime. The first time I investigated that location, I think it was November or December. There was snow everywhere and it was freezing. But you know what? I just had hand warmers, foot warmers, and I was bundled up, and it didn't stop me from investigating.
Well, we actually, just so everybody knows, we have this big blower that's kerosene that's going to blow right down the hallway upstairs. That's going to be running for about 3 hours to cover the dark room, the mirror room, and all those areas, the music room, everything. So that's going to be going for hours. Along with that, there's going to be other heaters downstairs inside the actual area where the food's going to be, another heater where the equipment's going to go, and then we're going to try to set another one up in the dark room and one inside the mirror room on top of that. So it should be rather warm because that blower machine is going to be going for 3 hours before anybody even gets there. So that's going to really heat up the whole upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, when we went there in the wintertime, that blower kept it pretty warm. So it's worth it. If you like to investigate, it's worth it. And it's Halloween too. So it'll be fun. Definitely.
Yeah. And just wear thermal underwear. That's what I do.
I need to get me some. I do.
I got those other dud things, and I didn't. They were just too thick, so I went ahead and bought regular thermal underwear. But I'm able to put that under my house. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. We're dressing up in Halloween costumes. So anyone that comes, Amy, I see you on here. If you and Lance want to dress up, that'd be awesome. I did speak to Lena today, and she said that she's going to try to come. Her and Tara are supposed to be coming together. So hopefully they do come. And yes, anyone can dress up. And we now Mike said he's not dressing up, and probably Eric won't dress up. Probably most of the guys won't dress up, but all of us girls are dressing up. And we're going to have a photo booth type thing also, where we're going to have some haunted dolls. We have life-size Annabelle, life-size Exorcist dolls. We have another person that's bringing some dolls that she actually paints and creates. She actually makes them. So she's going to bring them as well. And is that it? Like I said, Beth's going to be doing tarot readings. So if you want to get your cards read, she'll be doing that.
I have 2 St. Bernards. She's asking what kind of dogs I had. 2 St. Bernards, and one of them's Cujo. His name's Cujo. So, trying to think. I think there's something else that I'm forgetting about that we got coming up too. I don't remember. Oh God, so busy. Now, Jenny, are you guys going to be going to let me think. Your new location. How far is this new location? I know you can't say, but how far is the location?
It's more up north, your direction.
Oh, okay. Huh. No, I was just wondering.
We've been,
Um,
we've been wanting to get in there for a few weeks, but Mike, with Mike being sick and all this situation going on with him, it's been difficult to get in there. And then um, this weekend and next weekend, the last 4 weekends, until the 29th, he's been at Middle Point. So once that slows down, which he has another one in November, and that should slow down, then of course, in the wintertime, Westwood, Middle Point, Auglaize Village all get shut down. Unless somebody really wants to go in there and freeze their butt off, and they're welcome to go in there and do that.
there you go.
Yeah.
Definitely. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys, what's going to become. I know I only have this Sunday and I got the one in November, but I never know what's going to happen here. We never know what's coming up. We've had people reaching out. Have you guys had any residential cases, Jenny, lately? I know you had the one you just did. I've
We
had
did,
a lot of
yeah.
people reaching out, but I want to say something real quick, people. When you reach out wanting us to do a residential case, you got to understand, if you just have your typical spirit in your house, we're not going to come and investigate. This has to be serious, like a emergency, like you're terrified to be in your house, not just because you're hearing walking or a door opening or maybe someone seeing a spirit. That's not enough reason for me to go and investigate with the girls. So make sure, if you're going to contact us to investigate, that it's serious, and try to have some evidence to send me, maybe a video or a picture or something, because I had a whole streak of a lot of people wanting us to come, but I don't want to upset anybody. It's just, we will not come unless, it's got to be something major. Typical spirit ain't going to be enough, because we all got the typical spirits in our house. So,
And that's what happened to the residential we went to a couple weeks ago. That ended up being kind of major. This person that owns that location was being literally pulled out of the bed by his feet and drug out of his bed. So we were able to get a lot of information that night. We didn't stay probably as long as we needed to, and that would take a couple of more investigations to see what was going on. But there was a man that actually shot himself in that location back in 1989, and we were able to contact him that night while we were there. He's still in that bedroom, still in that trailer, because it's suicide. He's still there. And that's just and those are times, guys, you get this proof that when there's a suicide, they are not leaving the location. So he is still there. And we came up with, like, I think it was 7 spirits that night. This little girl was so cute. When he turned the Boo Bear on, she goes, "I love you," to Boo Bear. And it was like plain as day. If you guys heard that on the live that night, it was on the EVP, the recorder.
I
But it was
tuned in shortly during that. You guys were in the living room.
it was interesting. And here's the thing, with these spirits in this house, they had no fear coming on us. They would come right on top of you in front, right on top of you in back. They had no fear at all when we walked in that place. They had no fear of any of us. It was just Becky and Eric and Mike and I, but none of them were afraid of us at all.
Jenny, so for if somebody wanted to contact CCP for a residential case, what do you guys recommend if someone around your guys' location in your area? What do you guys recommend if someone's reaching out?
What do you mean?
Like, what is your guys' what do you expect to go to a location? Are you guys, I mean, does it have to be serious or not as serious? What's the thoughts?
We kind of leave that up to Mike to make that decision. So he'll talk to him and figure out, what needs to be done. And well, yeah, he feels the same way though. If it's just a simple spirit that you've had in your home for many years that just all of a sudden starts acting out for no reason, then there's really no reason to investigate that home. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. They'll stop. That's like my house. My house is busy. And then all of a sudden, next week, it'll be nothing, and then everybody's just gone. And then, Bob's not here. Nana's not here. And then just like I told you a few weeks ago, it was like traffic in here. It's like, bam, I was like practically run into people. Everybody was everywhere and it was busy. And then now it's just calmed down again. That's how houses are. They get busy for a little bit and they calm down. They don't always stay active.
Spirits are traveling, so They travel, come back, travel, come back. It just depends on them, you know.
Patty's
Some of them
talking about,
go for a long time.
yeah, Patty's talking about that dog. And what happened was we were at that residential and something came up and I felt this cold nose against my skin because I had my, my pants rolled up and my gym shoes on. And I thought, what? I said, what the hell was that? And then all of a sudden, we didn't even know it was a dog. And I guess Patty and them could see it was a dog. It was like a little Dachshund dog. And we thought it was a raccoon. And it came right in the door. And all of a sudden I looked over. I said, what the hell is that? And finally Mike looked at it and he's like, what is that? And he jumps up off the couch and it was just a dog. But we didn't know what it was because it was dark in there. But I could feel it. I could feel this cold nose like come up to my leg and touch my leg. And I was like, what was that?
Yeah.
That
When I do
fun.
residential cases, I try to ask people to, if they have animals, maybe get someone to keep them, or if they're able to put them up outside for a short time. Because when we do the residential cases, we're only there for like a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, 2 or 3 hours at the most. But yeah, the dogs, it would be hard for me to investigate if I had a dog following me around too in the dark.
They were all outside. We just left the front door wide open and the dog just roamed in.
Okay.
It roamed in, came to us, walked down the hallway, came back up the hallway, and walked right back out the door. So we didn't even know we didn't even know the guy even had a dog. He didn't tell us. I just wondered what was touching my leg.
Well, I don't blame you because I'd be screaming too. I'd be freaking out over things that I don't know what the hell it is. Definitely.
She said she cannot sleep in her bed anymore. Well, here, I stopped sleeping in my bed for a while and was sleeping on the couch and it wasn't because I was afraid of Bob. It was just because I got to a point where I felt like that was kind of like his space. Like I was kind of invading his space. He's been here 10 years. I've been here. But I went back to bed and the first night I went back to bed, I said, Bob, I'm coming back to bed. Couches hurt my back. I'm coming back to bed. That's the way it is. We're going to share this room. And then he pushed on the bed when I was laying in the bed and I was like, whatever, so no, I've never had him come in, lay in bed with me. I've had a lingering spirit lay down in bed with me that came in here from the funeral home, but it eventually left.
Adam says, what has been the coldest weather that y'all have investigated during well, Middle Point was one of them for me. They had the blower running, but I mean, they can't heat up the whole school, but it was cold, but I had my hand warmers. I was bundled up. There was a asylum. Amy helped me out because it was just you and I that went there. The reformatory.
Fairfield Infirmary.
Yes, Fairfield Inn. Yeah. That was freezing. Amy and I went outside with snow covered on the ground. It was still snowing. We went over to the cemetery and we were live. So that would have been one of the coldest for me. And I was bundled up and I was freezing. Yeah.
Tim, I'm not on Ghost Sisters. First of all, I used to be on Ghost Sisters.
Who said that?
But I'm not anymore. I was on Ghost Sister for 2 years, and I've now went to Creepy Cincinnati Paraforensics. So the girls are great. Like we said before, it's nothing between Mandy and I. We're fine. It's just we live 2 hours and 40 minutes away from each other, so it was just getting a little between and I work at a school and I do real estate, so I'm really busy, and I've been really busy with real estate too. And it's just tough sometimes because, when you're trying to run your own business, you've got to put time into it.
Did you read this comment this guy said? What is he talking about? Who's this old man?
What's Amy talking about? What night you were freezing in the snow?
That's when we went to the Fairfield Inn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Pam says, what is the strangest investigation you have done? I still think that the funeral home was the strangest, Pam, because when we went down those stairs, and that happened to Mandy and I on those stairs, when that thing was charging us, and it was charging us on 4 feet, and then it stepped up to 2 feet, and then charge us up those stairs. I think that was the strangest, because not only did we pick up several things where the guy said, "Hey, ladies," and get out of my home, but that feeling that came over both of us, I think, that night was pretty intense, because we could hear this thing, and it was so loud with our own ears. It was crazy. What do you
Huh.
think, Mandy?
Which time was that? I was reading that comment right
The
there.
funeral home, when you and I were going down the stairs, I told Pam I think that was my strangest investigation, because that
Oh,
thing was
yeah.
charging us on 4 feet and then raised up to 2 feet and came flying up those stairs at us.
Yes, actually, we didn't get it on film, but we had a recorder. I had a recorder down there that I left, so the recorder picked everything up, and it's actually on Ghost Sisters. Go over to our videos, and you'll see that recording. Well, you'll hear the recording,
Yeah.
and everything that she's telling you, you'll hear everything. It was funny and scary at the same time. Jenny seen me fly like right by her. Did I run by you, or did
You
you
backed me up the stairs backwards.
Oh, okay,
You
yeah.
turned around and I went backwards up the stairs, and that's the night that Mandy went into the room with Chastity and Bobby Joe, and for some reason I went the other direction into the kitchen, and he slapped me, and I woke up the next day and my face was all red and it was swollen, and you can see the scratch inside my cheek from the inside out. It was not from the outside. And when that happened, a couple weeks after that, yep, Becky said it was the same night I was slapped. A couple weeks after that, Mike and I went back to the funeral home, and Mike said, "Who hit Jennifer?" And he goes, "I slapped that bitch." That's what he said. And he did.
Oh my gosh,
He
that's
slapped me.
crazy.
But now I go back and no one really affects me. I went down the basement with Melissa, just Melissa and I, and everything's been fine. No one's, they called me a devil's soul there. They told Mike that I had a devil's soul. And I was
They're
like,
probably saying that because of the witchy side. That's
well,
probably why.
maybe. Yeah, I guess.
You know
So
what I mean?
I
Depending
thought
on
that.
what frame the spirit is.
Well, now he won't let me live that down. Now he tells me that all the time. The spirit told me I have a devil's soul. And that was one that I think said that night. Yeah. So
That
that's
was a good note. And that's
interesting.
the night we put Bobby in the basement, Jenny. We put Bobby in the basement. Then we
Yeah.
blindfolded her and everything, turned the lights off. Oh my God, I felt so bad after that. And after that, I said, I am not going down in that basement, dude. I did 2 isolations in that basement. And
And,
yeah, no more.
and that night you did that one where all of us and your husband, Chris, was with us. That thing was mocking your voice.
Yeah,
Remember?
that was the first time I did the isolation
Yeah.
in the basement. Yeah. And then I can't remember when the second time was. I know I did it again.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I would advise a woman not to go down in this basement and do an isolation, because it can be that crazy, especially anytime after midnight. I've never personally done an investigation, a solo investigation down that basement yet. And I've been there 15 times.
you more than that, girl. I think you've been there.
I've been there about 15 times. Yeah.
15? You sure it ain't more?
See,
Yeah.
Becky will tell you that basement's wild. You know, we all know. There's just too much darkness down there, and I can't get into some of the darkness that we have found in that location, because we don't want to address all that on a live feed, but there's some crazy crap going on at that funeral home.
Well, the first time we went, when us 4 girls went, you got to think they don't like women, and us 4 girls went in there, and that was the first time ever investigating it, and it was pretty good. We had a lot of stuff. Sure did. Didn't get
I,
anything with the cameras, I don't think. Well, there's a debate on the one thing upstairs. I still don't know what that is. It might not have been what I think it is. So, but we did hear the voice on the recorder and us running and screaming.
I want to say I think we were the first female team to actually do that location as a
Really?
female team. Yeah. There's been others since us. There's another female team that came in a while back. But at that point, I believe we were the first ones that actually went in as a female team.
I
Um,
don't know, Rita. Jenny, do you know what it is they have against the females? Is it just
Carl and them don't like females. They kind of go towards the other side. They like men, and they were very mean to females. And and I know that Mike's put that story out there that he actually used to cut the nipples off of the women.
oh my gosh.
He was one of the caretakers of the location. He would cut the nipples off the women, and I don't know, we don't know what he would do with them, but he has addressed through the ink box that's what he would do to the females. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a lot of, I mean, you guys have to understand it's a funeral home. It's going to have a lot of darkness. You have sadness, emotion from not just the living coming in there, but all that energy is building up over time in that type of location. And then, the bodies being in the basement and bringing them up for the wake and all that. There's just so much emotion and sadness that, you have there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't create a poltergeist in that situation, which Mike and I have not. We believe that that's what we came across that one night upstairs, because because it was saying that through the ink box, it was saying that it was hungry and it wanted to taste us and all
Oh
that.
my
It was,
gosh.
it was crazy, and we were chasing it back and forth like a game, one side to the other, and then finally we realized it was up on the ceiling.
I don't know
So
what that ink box is amazing. I mean, they you get some crazy stuff that come out of that ink box, and I'm going to tell you,
yeah,
to hear something coming out of the ink box saying it wants to taste you and eat you, that is not good. No, that is
yeah.
not good.
And most of them in there don't like women, and in the funeral home there's many women and children, and when the dark ones come out after midnight, and it's not a given they're always going to come out every time you're there, but when they do come out, all the children and the women will hide. It will just be completely silent, and all you're going to get is one or death, or all the dark ones will come out, and those will be the ones that will be communicating with you. So they're scared. And they say that they hold them there, that they're held there at the funeral home, that they won't let them go.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Why do you think they're keeping spirits trapped there
I,
at that
I think
location?
it's control, with one and David, which is death, I think, and then Carl and them being so dark, I think that just somehow they have a control over these spirits. I mean, there's like hundreds in that location.
Where did we get the ink box? Katie Stafford. He's the one that designed the ink box. I got one of the original ones that he first came out with. The first round of ink boxes that he came out with is the one that we got. I don't know how many he put out when we got ours, but
And
yeah.
yes, Patty. And really, Paul got extremely sick for the funeral home. Has not come back. Not that he's not, scared or anything like that. But when that went down that night, and I was standing down there, I remember looking up, and Mike and I stand there and saying, they're swarming you." If you guys remember the live, I mentioned that they're swarming you, and that's what he said it felt like when he stuck his head up inside that attic, that they were actually swarming him. He got very sick when he left the funeral home, and part of his problems he's had was from that funeral home,
Mm-mm.
and that was months ago.
I can't believe he stuck his head in there. I'd be worried about not only spirit, but the bats. Hell no.
I've never seen. No, I take it back. I think we have one time seen bats in there, but that same night that he got sick is the same night it made me sick first, and then it made Mike sick, and then Paul got sick. So it actually affected all three of us that night.
Adam has a question. He said he'll be spending the night all weekend at a location. This weekend, he's wanting to know if we have any advice for him. Well, no. I mean, if you want to capture some good evidence, you might get it while you're sleeping. You might want to maybe set up a camera, record while you're sleeping, because you never know. They might pull on your blankets or shake your bed, or I don't know. You might get something.
Mm-hmm. He says his first time.
I believe so.
My God, we sleep in there.
Yeah.
I've never slept in a location. Well, good luck. Because
I don't know.
it is totally different sleeping at a location. It really is, because there's so much movement and activity around you. And when you're sleeping, they know that you're at rest and you're sleeping, and they really like to mess with you, I think, because that's what
Mhm.
happened to me at Randolph that night.
Take some melatonin. If you don't want spirits waking you up, take melatonin. That's what we do.
And
I take it
I would
before.
advise you to have a fan or something of noise, because it's just really hard to sleep in these. To me, personally, my opinion, it's
I
hard to
gotta
sleep
have
in
those
locations
too.
when it's silent, because there's so many things that go on throughout the night that you're going to hear all kinds of things, because even though you're sleeping, most likely they're not.
This is true. You better have some type of noise, unless you want to hear the noise. And that depends too. If you're going to have a camera on you, you might want to hear everything. So that's up to you. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Jenny, we cannot forget about Cooper Hill. Actually, Cindy has invited me to come back there. And I was thinking about taking my husband to Cooper Hill.
It's a good location. And you saw that night when we were there, when all that went down. And remember the feeling in my face, the tears, the I don't know, something hit me. Remember we were by those stairway by the kitchen, and I told you something's off, something's wrong, something's off. And just
I
something came over me at this location, and it hit me so hard that I had these tears in my eyes and this look on my face, and I said something's off, something's wrong. And then
I
remember, everything
remember
went crazy after that.
we had listen, guys. You guys, this location's crazy. We have not had no problem spending the night at any location, and I have spent the night at this location at least 3 times. But the night that us girls went, it was a crazy weekend. I seen a half body. I only saw a pair of legs walking up Cooper Hill. There's like a hill that was coming up the driveway, and all I could see was a pair of legs walking. Okay, Jenny, didn't you see something too when we were
Right.
outside?
Yeah, right before we got ready to leave and get in the vehicle, I told you I turned around, I saw the guy walking from the garage over towards that um what was that other place we went into? We went in the basement, the smokehouse.
Okay, yeah.
He was
Yes,
walking.
that smokehouse. Yeah.
I could see his entire figure walking down past the garage over to the smokehouse.
This place is crazy, guys. And someone was hearing growling. I don't know if it was Amy or the other girl. Somebody was hearing growling by the stairs. This place was crazy though. The energy. We had loud bangs going on during the day. The girls left me and another lady there when they took off to go somewhere to get cigarettes or something. And this was about 6 p.m.
Yeah, we
And
did.
during the day, it is active at this location. I was doing a little bit of investigating when the girls were out, and I actually captured some amazing evidence on my recorder because I was trying to communicate with spirit, and I got a loud bang. Mr. Leach does not like. I don't know if he don't like women or he just don't like people investigating or being on his property. I don't know, but Mr. Leach is mean. He's an
Yeah.
angry man. I better not say his name too loud in case he you never know. I might just summon his ass over here.
There's a lot of activity in that location. It's the land. There's so much history on the land of that. On top of it, previously it was actually like a little village. So you had people living there in all these little houses. Unfortunately we were not able to get a connection in those houses. It was too far from the location. I wish we could have, because she has some really cool buildings out there.
Yeah, I really think there is something darker there. I really do. Either that or the spirits were trying to scare us. And they had us all agitated. The last night we were there on Saturday, we were going to spend the night there. And it was about 3, 4 in the morning, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do. But it just something, I don't know, something was off.
That's what I told you. When we got up to those stairs in that kitchen, and I had this look over my face, and you looked at me and said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Something's wrong. Something's off." and just something hit me, and I was like, I stopped and right there at the stairs, and it was coming from that downstairs. And I was like, I said, Manny, something's off, something's wrong. And I just had this look on my face, like this real serious look. And there was something coming. I told you, I said, something's coming.
And let me tell you, we didn't stay long. we didn't. We packed our shit and we all dealt with the consequences. We just said, you know what, this is getting crazy. So, and that's the first time I would say that I would have stayed if the girls would have stayed, but I wasn't about to stay alone. And I would have been good staying, but there was a lot going on, and I don't know, it was crazy.
And we could have stayed. We could have all went out to the living room, turn a TV on like we did the night before.
First night.
And Danielle and her daughter was there, so they were there with us as well. But even Amy thought the same way, because she was saying that it was just kind of getting to her too. There was something that was making her agitated that night. And remember, down the basement or down the lower areas, she got agitated.
Yeah. I could sense it from her that she was something was definitely making her a little angry.
Mm-hmm.
Towards me too. I could feel it.
Yeah, Fatima, that's good. A ghost bear and a ghost ball. They'll set off the ghost balls, the cat balls, if that's what you're talking about.
Keep in mind, I don't know if you're wanting to communicate with the spirits, or the more you're doing that, you're going to draw in others. Just keep that in mind. If you're, because you said in the comments you were worried about a spirit that's opening up doors and doing this and that, but you're saying you ordered things to communicate with them, and you wanted to know if someone could come and investigate. You need to be careful, because if you're wanting to make contact, then that could also make your activity increase in your house, just so you know. Okay, just be careful.
Yeah, more communication. That's why if he's not hurting you, I would just leave him alone.
I guarantee he ain't the only one there.
Yeah, and eventually, if you don't give him any attention, he's not going to continue to get your attention, because you're not paying any attention to him. And then he's not going to constantly do this if you just leave him alone and don't pay attention to him. Just ignore him, as long as he's not hurting you. If he's hurting you, that's a different story. If you're waking up with scratches or bruises or something like that, then yeah. But he sleeps in your bed. Well, Bob sleeps in my bed too, I guess. I pushed him out. Take your strength back, Fatima. And you gotta let them know this is also your house and that you live there, and that this is your place. They may be dead and they may live here with you, but this is also your home. So you've just got to be strong and just don't let the spirit. And Mike tells me the same thing. Don't let a spirit run you out of your bed or your bedroom.
I've had spirits crawl in my bed and literally moan right next to my head. Now, I know that sounds funny, but it's the truth. And it was like, try hearing that right in your ear. Yep. That is creepy. And feeling them pulling on your blankets and stuff, and hearing them. And I'm pretty sure I have animal spirits in my house too. I have my dog's ashes, and I'm pretty sure I feel her jump on my bed. But it is what it is. I mean, just sage, try to keep the energy low, girl. That's all you can do. But if you're going to be communicating with them, you're going to be talking to more than one. You're going to draw on more. So, and then when you do stop talking to them, they might just do more to get your attention, because they don't want you to stop. You never know.
And it also depends if you live in a house or if you live in an apartment. If you live in a townhouse or apartment area, you're always, like Patty's situation, you're always going to have more spirits. They're going to roam from apartment to apartment. They're not going to stay in one apartment.
An apartment? Yeah. And they're coming from across the street. They'd be coming from wherever. Just think what you did in your lifetime when you were, think what a spirit would have done in their lifetime. They were constantly moving, doing stuff, working, going here and there. I mean, just imagine.
And Patty has had a lot of activity. We went and investigated Patty's house and came across Roger and Adam. Roger is not very nice. He made Mike sick that night. And Adam seems like he's protecting Patty. But that's the same situation. Her situation is there's movement from location to location because of where she lives. And I think that Adam and Roger probably stay with her most of the time, and that her agitation is with Roger. He pulls on her little dog Spot. He's so cute, but he pulls on his tail, and that's
Who's on
me,
her tail?
huh? He
You
pulled
said
on
that-
his tail when we were there that night. I saw what happened.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
but unfortunately, I mean, we would have to come back out, Patty, again and just get a little more information. It takes more than one time to see what's going on. But she's had situations ever since we've been out there. So, and she had them before. That's why we went out there. But sometimes I think that, when people come in and investigate your home, that, you're going to up that activity. It is going to up that activity for a while, and then things normally do die down. But I think that Roger's an aggressive spirit, and I think that's who she needs to get rid of.
Well, definitely I'd be saging all the damn time until I got rid of his ass. Well, you can't even guarantee that he's going to leave. He might if he keeps smelling the sage. If he keeps knowing you're saging, he might say, screw this, I'm going next door.
Exactly. I mean, you could sage, and I think that maybe some of them might get really sick of that and say, hell, I'm going to go somewhere else and visit somebody else because they're not trying to burn me or hurt me. I mean, and it's going to make him mad too. But you would have to continuously sage to keep his energy low, to keep him from becoming more angry. And maybe, just maybe, he might leave. You can use what'd she say? Yeah, you could put a ball on the floor and just see what happens without communication.
Yeah, you could. I've been doing it, still not doing. I think I've been doing it for 3 months. I investigate my house, but I've been doing it for a long time, so I know what I'm doing. I'm not worried about the spirits or what I'm drawing in. I don't provoke, for sure. I try to be respectful to the spirits, especially where I live. I'm going to be respectful to them because I live here, so I don't want to, piss off any spirits, but they don't want to piss me off either because I'll sage.
It's funny that Scarlett says radio turns on because I took my car down to Walmart because I got tires a while back and I had a tire issue, and the guy goes and he does my car and he comes back in. Well, I still had the Ghost Sister, little sticker on my car, inside my car, and he goes, so Ghost Hunter. He comes in and says, Ghost Hunter. He said, do you realize your radio turned on by itself when I was in your car? And I was like, what? And he said, yeah, I turned your radio off and it came right back on by itself. He said, there's a spirit in your car? And I said, no, I just drove it down here. I didn't feel nothing. But he said, hey, Ghost Hunter. He said, your radio turned on by itself. That was at Walmart.
Oh my God. Well, you know what though? I am in this room, this computer room that I am in. There was an old lady that had died in this room, and she likes to flicker the lights. I think she might be the lady in white that's been seen in my house. So I don't know.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some crazy things go on when I spent the night at Mandy's house.
Well, this is the oldest part of the house back here. The newest part of the house is that way. And you do get activity in there, but in here, back here, it's real active. It's crazy. My daughter, this used to be my daughter's bedroom when she lived here, and she hated being in this room. She heard stuff all the time. She's seen things and just absolutely hated it. But I mean, I'm in here a lot. I'm in here now by myself.
And they watch you down her hallway too.
Oh yeah, this hallway. I don't know what it is about that hallway. It's my bedroom in this hallway in this room here is the creepiest. I hate walking by. Every time I walk down my hallway, I hate it. I will turn on every damn light before I do, or I got some kind of light on. I can't stand it because there's something creepy about walking by here. Don't ask me why. It just is. Maybe because I just feel like they're watching me. Don't know.
They are watching you. That hallway is very active. I told you that when I spent the night there. It's very active.
I picked up stuff in here, Pam, with the SLS camera. Big, tall figure standing in my hallway, as a matter of fact. Big guy. Yeah. To be honest, I thought about doing an investigation this week, but I don't know. I'm thinking, no, I don't know if I want to do that. Just because I'm alone. Nope.
Yeah, Sugar Bear's not there.
Mm-mm. No, he's not. So I don't want to have to deal with anybody that might not be too happy if I start talking to him. But yeah.
A boy who died in my house, he is 16 years old, and the medium said the mother father left the house. That I moved in 2010. I think he's looking for his family. Well, it depends on how he died, first of all. Was it just a death or was it suicide? Because if it was suicide, you can bet that he really can't leave his house. I mean, what we have experienced is suicides stay and they are stuck in a location they died in. We still need a little more evidence on that too, but as much evidence that we've gotten so far, that's where we come to. And that's what happened to the residential a few weeks ago. He passed away there in 1989 by shooting himself in the head, and he's still there. So I honestly believe that they can't leave that location. If that's what he did and his family was able to leave, but he wasn't able to leave because of that type of situation, possibly. That's why he's still there.
Sounds like you just got your typical spirits. It didn't sound like anything really bad. I mean, besides you saying that I don't know if you said he pushed you or something like that, pushed you out of the bed or something. No, hell no.
They come and go.
Sage the bed. Sage your bed, girl.
I come and go all the time. They're not here right now.
Yeah, well, when I have to sage, I got to tell the children to go outside. I'm saging. Go outside. I've been actually thinking about. I'm a little concerned because of the investigation I did Friday. I'm a little concerned that something's been around me. I've been hearing weird things in my room, and I've kind of been feeling like I'm just drained really bad. And that's not me. I'm usually drink my coffee in the morning. I'm up working out, cleaning, and doing my thing. And I just feel, and I'm not sick. I'm not coming down with anything, but I just feel off. So I've been saging myself, but I've been thinking about saging my house because I don't know. That house that we investigated was really active. So I don't know if anything followed me. And I even burned the sage in my car when I got in my car. I did. I took the sage and I burned it.
That's
and girl, I was like, shit, I got Bubby in here. So I'm like rolling down the windows and I'm like, get out, get the smoke out of my car. But
hey,
Jeff.
I said hi to Jeff.
Oh, there's Jeff. I haven't seen him hey Jeff. But anyway, me and Jenny ain't gonna keep you guys on here much longer. We've been on here for over an hour, and me and Jenny, when we do lives, we'll be like, we just go on and on. Jenny, is there anything else you want to tell anybody on here where they can find you at? Anything else you want to say before we get off here?
Under Creepy Cincinnati Paraforensics. A lot of you. I'd say a lot of you that's on here right now know that. So
okay.
Anyone tuning in right now, like I said, October 29th at Middle Point School, Middle Point, Ohio, we have a private ghost. It's like it's a public ghost hunt. Sorry, not private. It's $40 at the door. Doors are open at 5 p.m. The ghost hunt will start at 8:30, and it'll go until about 11:30, 12 o'clock. At that time, we're going to do a raffle. Yes, Amy, see you October 29th. We're going to do a raffle and raffle off this big basket that us girls got together. And then we're going to raffle off a free investigation at Middle Point. You can do this investigation by yourself, or you could have Michael Ring help you at this investigation if you don't have equipment. But it's your free night. So if you win it, it's your investigation. And then we also have a ghost box that Austin Maynard had made, and we're going to auction that off as well. So it'd be pretty cool if you can win the investigation and the ghost box. So that's going to happen. We're going to have food and drinks at this public ghost hunt. Dress warm. We will have heaters going. Middle Point School does not have any heat, so we do have a big blower machine that's going to be running for 3 hours upstairs and several other heaters. But we're talking a whole school, guys. We can't heat the entire location, so we are going to heat the most important rooms, like the dark room and the mirror room and places like that we normally use for the investigation. So, yep, and Danielle's coming too. I'm so glad. We got to get a hotel room because we're going to get a hotel room up there and stay the night. And Danielle's going to get a hotel. We still got to figure that out, Danielle. Get a hold of me. We just talked the other day, and we're trying to find a hotel room we can all stay at the same time. Yes, Amy, absolutely. Bring it.
Awesome.
After midnight is free roam, so anyone can go and investigate wherever they want to investigate with whoever they want to investigate with. That's up to you. So after that, you just go and do your own thing, or if you want Mike or Eric or whoever to investigate with you and have them, use some of their equipment with you. So you have EVPs, you have ink boxes, you have Eric's box is awesome. Eric and Mike have all kinds of equipment. So that's it. However you want to do it. It's a free roam. That just means that you can go out and investigate by yourself after midnight, and you can go until 4 o'clock in the morning because we're going to be there until 4 o'clock in the morning. Unless you all leave early, then we can leave early. But we are keeping it from 5 p.m. until 4 a.m. the next morning. It's a long day.
But it sounds like it'd be a good night. So
yeah. Thanks, Jeff.
Definitely.
Yes, Danielle. So let me know, Danielle. Text me tomorrow and we'll get back on that because I haven't had a chance to look yet. I'll maybe do that for a few minutes after I get off of here and see what we can find.
All right. Then, all right. So, well, hello to you. I just seen someone, Ashley Rose. Hello. Thanks for being here. But anyway, guys, we're ghosting out.
Bye, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you Friday night at Bill House, and she'll see you Sunday.